Welcome to sunny Oceanside, California for The People's Voice. We're going to find out what the public thinks about one of my favorite topics right now, coronavirus. What are your thoughts on the coronavirus pandemic?
Honestly, I think it's kind of overrated. I've been working throughout the whole time and I have not gotten sick, and I've also worked with public the whole time and have not gotten sick. I have not met a single person that's had it, to be honest.
That it's dangerous and something that should be taken very seriously by everyone.
I think it's crap, truthfully. I think we should be done with it. We should go back to our normal life. I mean, I know there's people out there who have issues with it, but I never wear a mask. To tell you the truth, I've never wore a mask. I mean, I work at this shop and I'm good. Never been sick yet.
Something that the government just kind of made up, and just to make about the politics.
I don't think too much of it. I try to live my life day by day and not in fear, so it's not really a pandemic to me.
Well, I think it's a serious issue. However, I don't think I think the way we reacted is a bit much. I didn't think that we need to shut down everything. I think it's pretty bad for the economy, all the shops that have to close down, and people just can't make a living. People complain about still having to pay rent, but landlords still need to pay their mortgage on the land.
Well, I just feel like there's so many sides out there putting out alleged facts. Who the hell do you believe? I know one thing, we can't collapse our economy. People still have to eat. People still have to have a roof over their heads.
Did you feel differently at the beginning of this than you do now?
I think that the reaction I had first hearing about it is similar to how I feel about it now.
Not really. I think it's the same thing as what's happening with the current situation in the government, where it's more on the politics side, not about this what's happening right now with the COVID-19.
Yes, 'cause I couldn't fish. They wouldn't let me go in the ocean. That was my problem. I'm cool with everything else, they just wouldn't let me go fish. I lost a lot of money in fishing.
Definitely. Beginning, I was kind of nervous and scared about it, but now not so much anymore.
No, I felt it was bullshit all along.
Yes, I did. I didn't think it was going to be so bad, or like the reaction was going to be so bad. I thought it would just kind of take its course, and it's gone on a lot longer, so I see that it's more serious.
I think so. I think I was a little more worried, a little more scared, a little more apt to stay inside, and I don't feel that way anymore.
Are you personally scared of getting COVID-19?
No, I'm not. But around my parents, I don't want my parents around it, but still, I don't care. I think I'll make it through what they had to offer.
In a point, yes, because I don't really know if it's kind of true or not.
Not at all. I'm really not that scared at all.
I am personally afraid. I think a lot of the people my age are also afraid for, everyone that we care about. Our parents are in that kind of high risk generation, so we're afraid for family, for ourselves, for kids going back to school. I think there's a lot of vulnerable populations that are put at risk.
I am not. Why wouldn't you see all the people living on the streets that sleep next to each other, that eat trash, that sleep with newspapers over them, don't wear gloves, don't wash their hands, don't bathe? Why aren't they dying in numbers, mass quantity in numbers, if this was such a deadly disease?
The death rate and everything isn't as bad as people make it out to be. Most people just recover. It's just kind of like having the flu. I've known a few people that have got it and they're fine.
And do you think the government has been honest about the evidence and the numbers and the data regarding deaths?
Good question. I don't know. I'm somewhat skeptical. I hope that they're being honest and transparent. I think the more transparent they are, the safer we can all be be in understanding risks and taking the proper precautions?
No, I do not. I think a lot of those things might be just people had the flu or something, we got really sick. I think anything that anybody got sick, it was just, oh, it's a COVID, it's COVID. No, it really wasn't.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. There's no way.
As I see the data, I think they're not.
I'm a former Marine. Government's never honest. They tell you what they want you to know. They don't tell you what you need to know. Because they believe the masses are stupid. And we might be, but, we're all individual thinkers.
I do not. It's just, if you have COVID and you have another issue, they'll just, and you die from that other issue, they'll just put it down as COVID that kills you. I just don't trust all the numbers. I mean, they are high, so it's not like the regular flu, but I don't think it's as bad as they make it seem.
I think 5 years from now, we as a people are going to be really surprised on what really did happen or did not happen.
I think numbers can be used to support any cause in any way, in any fashion. So depending upon who's reporting those numbers, that determines as to whether or not I trust them.
And a political,
I understand numbers.
And the political slant with it.
Have they been honest? I think they've been honest in their own mind. Whether or not we think they've been honest, that's way open to interpretation.
Thank you guys for watching this episode of The People's Voice, where we talked about the coronavirus pandemic. And what we're kind of finding when we talk to people is there are a lot of different concerns. A lot of different concerns people had, and most people agreed that this has been exaggerated or overstated. They didn't trust the government's response. They didn't trust the government's reporting of the data. So it's so important to come out and talk to people and not be afraid to talk about these complicated topics. And that's why we're here on The People's Voice.